I'm Miss Price, and this is Ellie. And today we're going to help you learn to start teaching your toddler how to read. Ellie just turned 3, and she now knows all of her letters by sight and sound. So we wanted to teach you too. Today we're going to work on a song I made up to learn the letters that I call A says ah. This is something you can teach your kids as early as you want. I used to think I had to teach reading by showing my kids a letter and saying, this is A says ah. Now here's little a, it also says ah. Sometimes it says A too. But that's a lot of information for someone to take in at once, and it's also not something that's going to make them interested in learning more about letters. So with Ellie, I started with the song at a younger age instead of trying to teach her 3 steps at once. For us, it works best while I'm pushing her on the swing because it's a little more engaging and keeps her interested. We started at about 20 or 21 months. It's hard to say exactly when we started because it was very casually done. I told her I had a song we were going to learn, and I taught her in sequences of 4. So we would go, A says ah, B says ba, C says k, and D says duh. And we practiced that first segment for several days on the swing until she was confident saying the sounds by herself. Then we moved on to E says, F says, G says, and H says, and by the time she was 2, Ellie knew her letter sounds to H. These first 2 segments took the longest, and I just made sure to practice with her every couple of days, but as we learned more, she picked them up much more quickly. And I'd say, now we're going to learn about M. M says like
Monkey.
And
Milk.
And
Mango.
Yeah. At this point in the learning, you always want to give them a chance to try to find the word on their own. Obviously, the younger they are, the more difficult this is for them. So we don't push them past saying, can you think of a word that starts with M? And if they can, let them. And if they don't know, we move on quickly and give another example. So far, that's not the focus. It's learning the song so that they have that in their memory. We're going to sing the song the whole way through to show you how it goes, and we'll post one video that's just a song so you have it easily accessible. Because the English alphabet doesn't divide into 4, we end with, those are the letters of the alphabet. I notice there's a significant feeling of accomplishment in her when we get to that part because she likes to sing it in a really funny way, and I definitely encourage it because that's what's going to keep your child engaged. Of course, D doesn't really say duh in that elongated way, but that's not your concern right now. We're focusing on making it interesting so we can keep them learning without getting bored. This is also where the swinging helps. You ready? A says, B says, C says, and D says, E says, F says, G says, and H says, I says, J says, K says, K says, and L says, M says, N says, O says, and P says, Q says, R says, S says, and T says, U says, V says, W says, and X says, Y says, Z says, and those are the letters of the alphabet. That was fun. Was that fun? Yeah. When learning the song, after we sang it to whatever segment we got to, we just sang the whole ABC song or counted to whatever number she was at in our counting, and then I'd play some songs that she liked. Like right now, she's really into Crazy Frog, K-pop Demon Hunters, and all of the bear, lion, whatever hunt songs on the swings, so that's just her time to enjoy swinging and listening to music after she gets a short lesson in. Note again that we did this super casually and really took our time with it. Rushing's not going to help. You want to be at E says eh and have them be able to answer you when you ask them what C says, so you know that they really know it. After we finished the song, which was when she was almost 29 months, so you can see how long it took, we just practiced it on the swing, and we took a break from learning more at the time because I had developed a Halloween curriculum that I was really excited to use, and I was deep in summer planning mode. So when we arrived back home and the school year started in, we began our Halloween letter curriculum. It was amazing to see how much easier it was for her to learn the letters than it had been for my older children. I could write them down and she could learn them by sight. And then, of course, she already knew the sounds, so it made letter learning very easy, fun, and fast. You can see how useful the song is because she learned all of her letters, their sounds, the basics of sounding out simple words, and 20 sight words before age 3. And it wasn't exceptionally hard. It was fun for both of us, and you can do it too. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos and more detailed letter learning.